All right, the song is over and we're right at 1 o'clock Eastern. So I think we'll go ahead and dive in. This webinar is being recorded, so anyone who misses a few minutes can certainly check back after we follow up following the webinar. And I'd like to formally welcome you to our 271 Release Highlights webinar. Thank you all for joining us today. Just a quick note about your speakers and our format. I will be your host and I will help moderate questions and answers at the end of this webinar. And I am the Senior Marketing Communications Manager for Revel Systems, but I'm joined by some of the very product engineers who helped inform the updates that we'll be exploring today on this webinar. So very honored to be here alongside the folks who do, I think, the heavier lifting. And think we've got some really great minds with us on today's call. So we'll hear a bit of prepared updates from each of them, just on some of the exciting highlights that are available through this latest Revel release. And then from there, we will open things up for questions and answers at the very end. So if you have some, go ahead and input them into the Q&A, and we'll take a look at those. Please do keep in mind, if you have questions that are very specific to your instance, we may route that for follow-up after this call. But certainly anything that's broadly applicable to some changes and what to expect with this release, bring them on. We're really excited to have you guys and all your questions as well. So let's go ahead and move on in. So just a quick introduction. Every year, Revel pushes 3 major product releases. And this is so clients can access new features, product improvements, and ongoing security and operational speed enhancements. So these are things that, it's the beauty of the cloud-based point of sale platform. You don't have to have any server updates or anything like that. This is just natural enhancements that we offer along the way. And 271 is our second major release of the year this year. So I'm very excited to introduce to you Adam Cohen, who will be our first up to dive in to what's new.
Hey everyone, I'm Adam. I'm the product manager over all of the consumer products at Revel. Anything that touches an end consumer, your customers, I am over. So in 271, next slide. We launched group combo support for online ordering XT. So group combos works the way you would expect. It supports inventory, quantity, and even automatic scrolling to sections when a consumer has made a selection. It consumes logic that's set in the management console that enables customers like you to set rules for quantity when selecting child products and more. It also consumes logic around pricing, which we'll be releasing soon, and a lot of our customers have been asking for this functionality, and we think it's going to be a great addition to the product. Next slide. Also in 271, we've made it easier than ever for our legacy customers on online ordering 1.0 to switch to XT. Now, usernames, personal details, and passwords are migrated over automatically when you want to make the switch. Your customers are automatically going to be redirected to a new site and are greeted with a welcome back splash page that prompts them to reset their password for security purposes. It's about as seamless a transition as your customers can get. And we think that, we've been rolling this out for quite a few months now, and we've seen great success in the transition. Next slide. Finally, we've also built out additional security enhancements for our TriPOS integration. We now support ABS error handling, and as well as some additional consumer-friendly error handles that take customers back to the checkout page instead of a random dedicated page when an error occurs. So anytime your customers have a payments issue, they'll have a much better consumer experience on the page rather than being routed around. So we think this is going to be really great for your customers and for the overall experience. Next slide. Now I'd like to talk to you about a brand new loyalty integration that we have with one of our partners, Como. It was released between 270 and 271. And this new integration works on online ordering XT as well as the point of sale. Next slide. On online ordering XT, we've enabled customers to sign in and register for loyalty on the platform. The entire sign-in and registry experience has been seamlessly integrated with our existing sign-in and register experience. So we basically added a whole bunch of new functionality without creating much more friction for a huge upside for you and your customers. Once a customer is signed in to their online ordering account, we'll automatically sign them in to their loyalty account as well. And then once they are signed in, they can automatically earn points and redeem rewards that they have applicable based on the products that they have selected on the checkout page. On the point of sale, next slide, we've also completely refreshed the UI and UX of the integration. We had an old integration with Como on the point of sale, and this new integration makes it much easier to select rewards, see all the relevant details of that customer's account all in one place. And we've also added some additional enhancements and additional functionality over the old integration. So now when a customer has a QR code and you scan it with a LAN scanner, we'll automatically sign you in to the customer's account rather than having a couple extra steps where you have to input the right data and then select sign in. It's all done automatically the second you scan it with a QR code. In addition, we also now support Como credit for tender and discounts. Our old integration only supported Como credit for tender, being applied as a tender, and now we support it as a discount as well. Next slide. Now I'd like to hand it off to Camille, who will go over Kiosk and CDS. Camille, take it away.
Thank you, Adam. Hello, everyone. My name is Camilla, and I'm working on our consumer apps. And the work for 271 release was located around our loyalty integrations. So let's go to the next slide, and we'll start with Kiosk XT. We added Paytronix loyalty integration. It's using same UI for every loyalty. So no matter what establishment the customer goes or what location they go, they also see the same UI, and it will be very easy to orientate and find everything. So for Paytronix specifically, customer will be able to use a phone number, email, or their reward card number to log in, to pull up their account. They will see a reward list. Please take note that at this moment, conditional rewards will not be visible in the reward list, but if their order meets the conditions, the reward will be available. So only if the conditions are not met, only in that case, reward will not be visible. And then, of course, we will support quantity for rewards as well, as it is for Paytronix. Let's go to the next slide. And this is our Como integration for Kiosk XT. It will have same account lookup, but in this case, in Como case, it will support far more lookup methods. So besides the phone number, email, card number, we'll have other IDs like merchant IDs or government IDs, whichever ones your loyalty supports. After that, they will see the usual reward list, and we will support automatic rewards, and also will support account creation. It will work the same way as it now works on the POS, means that the customer has to input their phone number. They will receive message on their phone with instructions to complete the account creation. And after that, they can successfully use it to redeem rewards on their next order. Even if the account is not activated, they can still use that phone number for rewards. But afterwards, after 24 hours, they'll still have to make sure that it's activated. Let's go to the next slide. And our Como integration for customer display. So for 271 release, it is very limited. We're starting with just allowing customer to see a reward list when this loyalty is initiated. So it means that when a merchant, your employee, opens up loyalty reward list on their iPad, it will also appear on the customer display. And account lookup still has to be done on the POS side. With the next release, it will be available on customer display as well. But for 271 release, it has to be done on POS. And of course, we will support automatic rewards and other rewards at the moment available on the POS. Let's go to the next slide. Paytronix for customer display. Again, account lookup has to be done on POS. It will be supported with the next release. And as of today, you will see the reward list, same way you see it on the POS. You can see what your customer is selecting, or the customer can see what the merchant is selecting. We support quantity, and the conditional rewards will not be visible in the list. But if the order meets the condition, it will appear in your reward list. So let's go to the next slide. And there's just a couple more additional features that we're adding for 271 release. So we updated some accent colors so they would complement each other and be more visible in light backgrounds or dark backgrounds, just making the whole experience better. Then we are also reflecting to feedback that previously it was hard to tell if a product without any modifiers is added to cart or not, because there was just a small animation. So to make it very clear that the product is added to the cart now, when you select a product without modifiers, you will see a pop-up like in this screenshot. It will show full description of the product. You can add the special instructions, see the price, change quantity, and then you can clearly add it to the cart or close the window and choose a different product. So this way, there will be no confusion. Do you have the product in the cart or not? And that's it for consumer apps. Let's go to the next slide, and I'll give it to Kathy.
Hi, I'm Kathy Mulford. I am the product owner for the in-store experience. That's the POS and supporting work on the management console as well as the KDS. And I'm going to tell you a lot of stuff about combos that we've been working on. Next slide. So the very first thing about combos is that we have entirely rebuilt the combo configuration on the management console. It's got this gorgeous new UI that is actually fun to use. Very responsive, add product groups, edit product groups. And one of the things that it exposes is a new feature for group combos, and that is the ability to set both default quantity and upcharge price by combo. So if a large Coke normally costs an extra 99 cents, but for your kids' meal, it's only an extra 69 cents, you'll be able to set that for the kids' meal. Likewise, if the default product for most meals is, say, French fries, but for another one it's onion rings, you'll be able to set that as well on a group combo by group combo basis. Next slide. We have also spent time to fully integrate all types of combos in conversational ordering. This includes group combos, linked combos, and I should mention here, linked combos, we are rebranding upsell combos as linked combos. So if you see the word linked, translate that in your brain from what we used to call upsells. Split combos are also supported. That's the pizzas, the specialty pizzas, one on each side. Modifiers, everything is there in this modifier driven experience. And if I should mention, for group combos, if you have all products and modifiers set with defaults, then the products will be automatically added to the order. You won't have to go through modifier approval. Next slide. Okay, and then we have greatly improved our representation of combos in the kitchen. In the kitchen display system, now all combos are fully present on the KDS screens, on the kitchen screen, on the expo screen, group combo, link combo, split combo. Choose how you want to organize your combo. If for the linked combos, do you want it by the name of the combo, say Happy Meal, or do you want it organized under the base product, under the bacon double cheeseburger? You will be able to interact with each product within a combo. So you can complete the hamburger before you complete the fries, if that's the way it works for you. Or you can interact with the entire combo if that's what you need. We have also added combos to our kitchen tickets. In the past, if you needed combos on the kitchen tickets, you had to get a special template. That is no longer necessary. There are settings on the management console for how you want the combos to display, and they will be automatically reflected on your kitchen tickets. And then finally, we have a feature that is not a forthcoming feature, next slide, that is not related to combos. Revel is developing an integration with QSR automations, and we are currently going into certification for our quick service integration. We are looking for customers for our EAP program to test out what we have done. If you are interested in this, there is an email link on the page, and contact Ben, and we can talk to you about that. Pretty much everything is supported here for quick service, combos, modifiers, customers, anything you can think of, full integration. And it will be part of 271 when it is finally fully certified and passed through the EAP program. And that is it for me. So back to you, Sydney.
Thanks so much, Kathy. And so at this point, we'll open it up for Q&A. There are a handful of questions that have come in through the Q&A chat box. So one of them is, it looks like Kathy's actually working on that one, so I'm going to jump down. Is the new Como UI available for Kiosk XT? Camila?
Yeah, so the new UI, I believe here is referenced the conversational one, is not supported on Kiosk XT, but if you're talking about a different kind of UI, please leave it in the comments and I'll take a look.
All right. And then it looks like, so when will modifiers be listed on separate lines in the Expo KDS?
There is no current change to that right now. Modifiers, the Expo KDS is conceived of as trying to place as many orders as possible on the screen. We may consider that for a future release.
All righty.
And I mistakenly said I was going to answer live something, and I think I managed to confuse things. So I don't know.
If you toggle over to answered, you might be able to see something if you already started replying.
Yes, conversational ordering about Matrix products. It is true, Matrix products are not currently available in conversational ordering. Child products, I should say, if you have a small Matrix, you can choose to display the child products in Matrix, but full support for it is not there.
And then we got a follow-up question about the link for the early adoption program for QSR. So actually, I believe, can we go back a slide? It should have Ben's email on there for folks interested in that. We've got a question about whether the CDS and KDS also need to be updated when updating the main POS stations.
Yes.
Let's see. So we got a compliment, great new features. Thank you so much, Robert. And the question is, will the new Como integration, so there's a statement, the new Como integration appears to have some compatibility issues. When will those be resolved? I don't know, Robert, if you have a specific example that you are wondering about. So we will hold on that. And then let's see, some feedback. So for a line of modifiers and commas separating those could be a bit long and potentially confusing for Expo. Kathy, is there anything available with the tile views or some of the other enhancements with this release that can help with that?
As I say, we have not changed modifier handling on during this release.
Okay. Let's see. So there's a question about the prompt for a customer birthday on CDS XT. So, and it adds a year. Is there an option to do it without the year? I believe that is the question in there.
Well, usually if we ask for customers' birth date, the year is usually the most important part, but for now we don't specify to only show a year or only a month or a day or any other combination. But thank you for the feedback. And if you clarify on specific scenario that you have issues with, we can then take a look at it more in depth.
And this looks like another one for Kathy. It was a question about the name of the Expo KDS solution shown here on the presentation.
I am not sure I understand that question.
Okay.
The Expo KDS that I showed there, that's just, that's Tile Expo. That's the setting for the KDS that I had. I believe I was showing both the Tile Kitchen and a Tile Expo screen, and the combo being represented on both of them. They're also represented on line views too, but on line view, you cannot interact with individual items in the combo, only in Tile view.
Also, a quick note, Steve, we see your question about follow-up and some hardware, so we will certainly route that and make sure that someone follows up with you after this call. All right, let's see, do we have new? So
I see a question from Sam about using combos. No, you do not have to rebuild your combos. Your existing combos are going to work just correctly. And your existing kitchen template will also work. If you like it, you can keep using it, but you could get rid of it as well. You can try removing it. I think that what we have done for the new native solution is a better representation. So I would suggest trying it out.
All right, and then we have a question from Ravi about whether Como will help with an online integration. I'm not sure I understand that one. Adam, do you know any insights there?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
The question was whether or not Como will help in the direction of an online integration for a client that doesn't have that at this time.
Sorry, the question is whether Como will help with an online integration.
Do you need more context?
Yeah, I'm not really, sorry, I'm not following.
Okay, all right. And Ravi, it looks like that could be a question for our expansion team. So we can also look into having someone follow up with you as well after this call. Let's see. So let's see here. All right, I think most of the questions are either responded to, will be followed up on after this call, or, oh, here's another one. Can we get other printers besides Zebra to print labels?
There is another label printer that we support. We're going to have to follow up with you offline on that one because I do not have the name of it, but there is an Epson printer that uses label paper for the standard printer.
All right. So we got a question about whether we can add a reward to someone's birthday. I think Adam or Camila, one of you guys want to address that one?
Yeah, so sorry, I'm looking through all these Q&As as fast as I can. So I believe Como or Paytronix offers birthday rewards, but again, this is something that you'll have to work out with your provider, right? So I would highly recommend reaching out to your provider to figure out how your program, what program you're on and what your program provides. And I would, that's what that would be the right way to go about it.
Ooh, an interesting question about when Epson printers might support Arabic text. That'll be another one that we would have to follow up with Epson directly, and can do so after this call. Let's see.
Online integration. Yeah.
So the question about whether Revel can take orders from a different location, I'm not sure I completely understand what you mean by different location, but we do have online ordering solutions, which would allow you to, place an order that is, not directly in store, something that would be offsite. So if that answers your question, yes, we do have online ordering solutions today. Let's see. Right, I believe most of the other questions at this time have either been answered or will be follow-up items. So this will be kind of a last call for any final questions before we wrap things up. And so for everyone who did join, I just want to say thank you for your time. I know you're all very busy and that time is valuable. And so hopefully you're just as excited as we are about everything that's new with 271. And if we weren't able to address anything that you asked directly, then we will certainly route your questions for follow-up after this. So thanks again for your time, and really, appreciate just the attention and your support as loyal Revel clients. So at this point, we will end the session and hope you have a great day.